not a home. Lately you've changed my life, and it just ain't right. So I love you. I feel alone. Why don't you love me the way that you used to? Tell me your love has not disappeared. I wanna know. All that I am is a broken heart when your love isn't here. Your love ain't here.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Short Film Podcast, where we explore the magic of cinema from indie gems to blockbuster spectacles. I'm James, your host and producer for the Short Film Showcase, and today we are diving into a topic that's near and dear to my heart: the evolution of independent cinema. Now, of course, how has it changed over the years? What role do indie films play in today's industry? And why should you, as a filmmaker or movie lover, even care? I know, tons of questions. But let's just dive right into it. All right? So what exactly is an independent film? So traditionally, it refers to any movie under the umbrella produced outside of a major studio system, often with lower budgets and creative risks and a strong directorial voice. Think of films like Pulp Fiction, Moonlight, or The Blair Witch Project. Those are all indie films that made a massive impact on the industry. But indie cinema is more than just budget size. It's about storytelling freedom, unique perspectives, and often, a grittier, more personal approach, Film festivals have been a game changer for independent filmmakers. Those festivals are responsible for putting some of indie filmmakers' biggest directors on the map. From Sundance to Cannes, these festivals provide exposure and distribution opportunities that some indie films wouldn't get otherwise. Consider how Reservoir Dogs exploded after its Sundance premiere, or how Parasite, while backed by a major studio, started its journey as an unexpected festival sensation before winning Best Picture at the Oscars. See, we were talking about in the last episode how short films can really evolve into a big Oscar-winning pictures, and that possibility is always there, so never discount it. Festivals are often where the next big voices in cinema emerge, so they say. The digital age has completely transformed independent media and filmmaking. Gone are the days when filmmaking and making a movie required a massive budget and industry connections. Now, with affordable high-quality cameras and editing software for almost available to anyone, almost anyone can create a film. Platforms like YouTube, Vimeo, and streaming services have given indie filmmakers direct access to audiences. Direct. Movies like Tangerine, shot entirely on an iPhone, prove that great storytelling isn't always about expensive equipment. And it's not. It really is all about creativity and vision. Streaming services, speaking of digital platforms, streaming services, Netflix, Amazon Prime, Hulu, they have all completely shifted how indie films reach audiences. Before, indie movies relied heavily on festival circuits and limited theatrical releases. Now, they can really reach millions, all by using social media, instantly. And while this has, provided incredible opportunities for independent filmmakers, it also raises concerns like, are streaming platforms prioritizing indie films, or are they getting lost in an algorithm-driven sea of content? If you're new to indie cinema, there are definitely a few films that showcase its power. And since we are the Short Film Showcase on the Short Film Podcast, I think it's only necessary that we highlight the power. Moonlight, a deeply personal coming-of-age story, Hereditary, proving that indie horror can redefine the genre, Lady Bird, which brought authenticity to the coming-of-age narrative, and who could forget The Florida Project, a beautiful yet heartbreaking look at childhood and poverty. Each one of these films demonstrates what indie cinema does best: telling unique, compelling and creative, deeply human stories. For anyone dreaming of making their own independent film, my biggest advice: start small, but think big. Focus on a strong concept. Always embrace limitations as creative challenges and don't be afraid to experiment. Whether you're shooting on an iPhone or a high-quality DSLR, what matters most is your story and how you tell it. And remember, festivals, crowdfunding, online platforms, those things can be your best friends in getting your work seen when it comes to being an independent filmmaker or creator. That's a wrap on today's episode, you guys. Independent cinema is constantly evolving, and it's one of the most exciting spaces in film today. What are some of your favorite indie movies? Let me know on social media. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and join me next time for more cinematic discussions. Until then, keep watching, keep creating, and keep supporting indie film.